Hello and welcome to another edition of European Footballer Adda. We are counting down to the group previews of World Cup 2026, and so far we have previewed groups A, B, C, D, E, and F. Today we're going to do Group G. Group G of 2026 FIFA World Cup is a group headlined by one of football's most talented squads and one of its greatest individual stories. Belgium arrives in transition, blending the last of a golden generation with a thrilling new wave. Egypt returns to the World Cup carrying the hopes of a continent on the shoulders of Mo Salah. Iran brings two Serie A strikers, and that they are able to land and play in the US itself is an achievement for them. And New Zealand makes history as Oceania's first guaranteed qualifier. The average FIFA group rank is around 40. One clear favorite is in Belgium, with Egypt and Iran scrapping for the runner-up spot. This is your complete Group G preview coming up now. Let's dive in. First up is Belgium. Belgium qualified through the UEFA path in a mid-rebuild of their squad, mixing the experience of their golden generation with an exciting crop of young attackers under manager Rudi Garcia. Key players still includes Kevin De Bruyne, Jeremy Doku, who is an explosive winger, Romelu Lukaku, whereas Amadou Onana provides the midfield muscle. Manager Rudi Garcia favors an attack-minded 4-2-3-1 that gives De Bruyne freedom and unleashes Doku's dribbling and balanced by Onana's physical screening in the midfield. This is definitely not the golden generation, but part of the golden generation of Belgium still is there. So this could be their last hurrah. Most notably, De Bruyne and Lukaku chase a trophy that has always eluded them. Jeremy Doku could be the game breaker, and he's one of the most frightening 1 versus 1 dribblers in the world. They had a shock group exit in Qatar, which means that this is time for a redemption, and they have plenty to put right. We expect that they will finish first, and a realistic run would be round of 16, though they can go up to quarter-final if Doku and De Bruyne ignite, and maybe if luck favors them, then even beyond that. The next team is Egypt. Egypt qualified through the CAF path to reach the first World Cup since 1990, with the whole campaign and the nation's hopes built around the brilliance of Mo Salah. Mo Salah is the forward and the captain and a superstar. Omar Marmoush is a striker and forward. Mustafa Mahmoud and Mohammad El Neni steadies the midfield. Manager Hossam Hassan sets up to get the best from Salah in a flexible 4-2-3-1 that defends in numbers and springs forward quickly through its star movement and finishing. This is definitely Salah's last World Cup, and one of the era's greats will finally, hopefully, have a stage worthy of his talent. Salah and Marmoush definitely create a genuine dangerous front two, and this is something that can help Egypt to go beyond their group stage. We expect them to finish as second, but will be given a tough time by some of the other teams that will come up next. If they do qualify, then we do see a round of 32 or a round of 16 exit as the best possible scenario for Egypt. The next team is Iran. Now, this is a huge scenario where Iran is playing in the US in a World Cup, where the US president has been given the FIFA Peace Prize. And he, on the other hand, is waging war with Iran on the other side of the globe. However, on the ground, Iran has qualified through the AFC path as Asia's most consistent side, arriving as organized, physical, and armed with two strikers who play at the top level in Europe. Key players includes Mehdi Taremi, who is a striker who was playing in Serie A till recently, Sardar Azmoun, Ali Reza Jahanbakhsh, the winger, and Ali Reza Bayranvand, who returns in goal. Manager Amir Galanoy trusts a pragmatic, compact 4-3-3-5-3-2 that defends deep, stays disciplined, and looks to release Taremi and Azmoun on the counter. This Taremi and Azmoun striking duo is good enough to travel any defense in the world. And Iran team has been well organized and physical and has been built to frustrate. Whether they can shake off the things happening in their home country and the pressure of playing in the US will bear a huge say in how they perform in this group. It's a group where they can still qualify either as the second place team or even as the best third place team. If they do qualify, then it is possible that they would be exiting in the round of 32. The last team in this group is New Zealand. New Zealand qualified as Oceania's first ever guaranteed entrant, arriving as a comfortable OFC champion and aiming to build on their unbeaten 2010 World Cup adventure. Key players includes Chris Wood, who is a striker and Premier League proven, Marco Stamenik in the midfield, Liberato Kakache, the left back and winger, and Alex Paulsen, who brings promise in goal. Manager Darren Baisley organizes a hard-working 4-4-2 or a 5-3-2 that defends deep, competes physically, and aims everything at getting service to Chris. This is the first guaranteed OFC qualifier, which is a milestone in itself that New Zealand has qualified for this World Cup. Chris Wood will remain the focal point, and whether New Zealand can invoke the 2010 spirit when they went out of the group but remained unbeaten will ensure that if they can convert their slim hopes of qualifying from this group. We expect that they will finish fourth and a group stage exit is likely. Now, to summarize, Belgium have a far more individual quality than anyone else in the group. Topping it is the expectation, and how deep they go depends on whether the rebuild has steadied the ship. Egypt, with the best player in the group, always carries a threat. They should have enough to edge the runner-up race, with the knockouts a realistic reward for Salah's genius. Iran have the firepower to hurt anyone and the structure to keep games tight. They are a live threat for second place, though their goals can dry up against deep defenses. New Zealand are organized and have a real striker in Wood, but face a steep climb against three more talented sides. A point would be celebrated as a triumph. So that wraps up Group G preview for the World Cup 2026. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Group H is coming up next, and the storylines only get bigger from here. This is European Footballer Adda, your home for football analysis.